Hey guys, Ryu here with another tutorial for Blender. In this one I'm gonna continue modeling this sci-fi engine. Just a quick one guys, we started Patreon with Josh for Blender Bros, so if you're not aware of it and you would like to support us, then there's a link in the video description. To everyone that's supporting us, thank you so much for your help and support, really appreciate it. This video is all about OPS and Boxcutter, so again, if you don't have it and you would like to buy it, there are links to the add-ons in the video description as well. So what we're gonna do is create some kind of like a pipe guard or piping or whatnot to sort of protect this exhaust. So let's go to side view and let's grab this bit in here and drill a hole in it. And then let's grab this cutter, go to edit mode, select everything with A and GZ and move it down. And we need to scale it on X and move it lower and cut it in here. Wait a minute. Oh, we didn't copy this. Shift Z, go up, and one more time. Difference. Okay. Now we need to remove the first. We need to remove the first boolean because we have two booleans running in the same spot, which is why it's creating weird shading. So we probably need to remove the one in the bottom. Yep, and the one on the top is fine. So we can just, you know, sharpen this one and not this. Come on, Control Sharpen and Control Sharpen. Also, I forgot to turn on the screencast keys, so let's turn them on. And let's go. So now we're gonna create some piping in here. Before we do, actually, I wanted to run a chamfer on this one, see if it's actually possible. Yeah, that's fine, that's gonna work. And here, that's nice. It's very rare that Blender creates kind of like a straight line. Although this is not ideal because you can see that creates some problems also. We got this line going through the corner of this boolean, which is a very bad idea. So let's just remove these and we should be fine. Select these and Control B, and what's going on here? We just need to connect these two VATs and we're gonna be okay. So a bit of a chamfer here. Cool. Now this bevel on the top is a bit smaller, I think, this bevel here. So let's select this one and make this bevel a little bit less crazy so we can see this chamfer, you see. There we go. And it would be nice to have a chamfer here as well. So right, we need to sort this out first. So let's just run an edge here so we can remove these two. And then we can run the chamfer on this one. So from the bottom, and just a bit, you know, just a little one. No, it doesn't have to be huge. And simply mirror this to the other side, or symmetrize it to the other side. Okay, PG. All right, now we're gonna create a pipe, and I think we're just gonna do it traditionally. So R Y90 and select the verts and Shift 1 to merge all of them. Move this to the middle here, and how are we looking? Let's go to occlude and GX and move it inside here, and then extrude it out on X up to here and go to side view, and we're going to move it like this, and then move it down and move here and grab G and move it to the middle, front view, EX, and we should be done. Now Alt A, apply scale, and we need to apply some bevels here. So Shift Control B, and the same here. You can do it separately because they're a bit different types of curves. And go to Operations and Curve Extract and 1S and Control 2, and then we're going to copy to the other side is symmetry. So we're going to press X and symmetrize it and see how we're looking. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, we could actually add some more interest to it. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll show you a cool trick. So the trick is to get rid of this curve for a second. So watch this. If you're gonna click on curve again and press X, it's gonna reset it to. Just make sure you grab the one, because now we have two. You see, one is actually a vert based. I mean, they're still verts, and the other one is a curve. Yeah, so we can actually either remodel the curve or remodel the vert shape, but I mean the edges, right? Because what the hard-ups curve extract does is actually creating a curve, but it leaves the base edge untouched, right? But I want to show you how to actually fix this if you didn't have this one. So Control A and draw to mesh, and now you're gonna have a bit of a mess, right? But you could do this with machine, you know, do something like this and clean those corners here. So run something like that, you know, and run something like that, yeah. And you could basically you know, you could clean the shape and go back to the basics and redo it. But since we have these verts, right, we're just gonna do it with the verts because it's a bit easier. Also, we get the original shape. Now what I want to do is connect these, right? So connect these, and I'm gonna extrude them. Okay, so go to the top view, right, somewhere here, orthographic, and I'm going to actually extrude them like this, and I'm going to go to pass through, and with my machine tools, and I'm going to actually move it here a little bit like that. Okay, so it's kind of guarding this, you know, this exhaust, right? And that's what I want. And in fact, what we could do is make it a bit less crazy here, maybe like this, you know, something like that. GZ. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe something like this could be interesting. Now we need to delete this edge, so delete edges, and you know, again, apply not rotation, apply scale, and select these two, and Shift Control B, you know, standard business. Bevel this up, and we could just bevel them as well. Oh no, this is fine, it's cool. And again, operations, curve extract, and 1S, and let's see that. Could make it a bit more beefy, and let's see. Yeah, that's cool. And simply reset the mirror and copy to the other side. Yeah, see, now that makes a bit more sense. It's a bit more, you know, kind of bulky or chunky, whatnot. So now we have this curve here, and like we could use actually Cablerator to assign some caps to it. Now let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah. So let's go with so let's grab a cylinder and let's sharpen this and move it somewhere here. And let me think. Let's chamfer this. And let's insert it like this, and let's drop a edge here and do something like this. Let's grab both of them and split them. Let's go with the EM macro and, you know, put it in, scale it inside, and then bevel this one, and maybe we're not gonna be seeing that part, so we don't care. Maybe select these and I don't know, checker deselect and maybe scale them a bit, and then EM macro and drop them inside to do something like this. Make it smaller, and then we're gonna grab this cable and this one and make it even smaller. Apply the scale and select these two end points of this cable, right? I mean of this curve, so the end points, right? Select this one, the cable, go to edit mode, and then go to Shift Alt C and add connectors, and this should add connectors to the end of the cable. So now let me see this. Bevel is too crazy, let's make it smaller. Let's go to edit mode, select everything and just scale it like this, and it will scale both of them. So this one also needs a bevel adjustment. So we do this one, add weighted normals and Bob's uncle. So what we're gonna do now is to grab these two, in fact grab all of them and sort of move them outside a little bit. So they're gonna pop in. And they're still a bit too big because now they're obscuring this cutout, you know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make this all smaller. So grab this cable and make it a bit thinner, and we're gonna adjust these to, you know, make them a bit smaller. Yeah, so kind of like that, and move them out with this cable, so we make it even smaller. So something like that. Right, same here, just make it smaller. So this will do. Okay, and then select all three of them and simply reset the mirror with X and mirror them to the other side, and there we go. All right, so now we got these, we can actually change geometry to mesh, and let's grab these. Before we do that, actually, let's select these with Alt and Shift and Control B, and then we're gonna select these two, Control Plus, and then we could go with EM macro and sort of expand it a bit, and SZ and scale it in and sharpen this. And if it doesn't want to sharpen, we're gonna do it manually. So select these and select these two, sharpen and bevel. Bevel would not work because of the angle issue, so we're gonna switch it to weight and it should work, and now it's too big, so let's make it smaller, and there you go. Let's just copy it to the other side. All right, cool. So we got something like this going on. There's gonna be like a panel here, but you know, we could just have a bit of fun. So select this one and just insert it like that. Make like a, with Control B, like a sort of like an edge, and E, and insert it inside. It's gonna be like a screen sort of thing, and we can just, you know, drop some decals in here. This one could use a little bit of work, so we're gonna just drop this one here, and this is not gonna work like this. Okay, go to this view, like front or back, doesn't matter, and switch it to box, and switch it to knife and slash through, and then we're gonna drop this grab this edge with Alt and EM macro, and what the hell happened? Alt EM macro, there we go, and create something like this, and not camera, come on, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to select this one and sharpen this, and grab this edge and chamfer this a little bit. Okay, just like that. Perfect. And then let me see, let's go with this face and Control Q and Shift, hold Shift and scroll your mouse. Wait a minute, Control Q, we need to reassign the shortcut. So let's go to Q and ST3 tools, align view, right click, assign shortcut, Control Q, and Control Q, and let's go with Alt scroll. No, hang on a second. There we go, and then Shift. So Control scroll and Shift scroll, and then we're gonna cut it in view mode with an angle here. Not a knife, but actually a cut. So do something like this. 1 and 2. This is mirrored already, which is perfect. So there you go, and sharpen this one. It looks like we have some weighted, flip normals here. There you go. So what we're gonna do is select these faces and simply Alt N and flip, and this is gonna solve our little problem. Okay, perfect. Now at the back here we probably could use something interesting, so grab an angle and grab this one and maybe carve something in here like this, and 1, 2, 3 to go to inset. It's not a knife, it's an inset. So when we slice through, and wait a minute, what the hell happened? Let's apply the mirror and do it again. Okay, so review mode, perfect. So let's do it again. There we go, that's what I want. So let's slice it. That's actually interesting. Let's do this one. Okay, perfect. Let's recall these cutters. This one. And let's just, adjust the solidification a bit. There we go. This is pretty cool. And this could be some kind of a back terminal vent or whatnot. Yeah, this is alright. And could use something here as well. So just grab a box and, switch to object draw. And we have our... we should have our grid. So B, and slice it in, press T to solidify, make it a bit smaller, double click, and I think this is peachy, so we're gonna simply sharpen this and, chamfer this a little bit. In fact, what we can do is select it to its own selection, so Control L and P and enter, and then we can reduce the bevel, so make it a bit less crazy and make this one stand out. So F to connect these two faces, Control B, and Bob's uncle. So now let's make this bevel, really thin, and should work. And we could just, I don't know, drop some screws in here or something. So circle, something like that, and simply let's bring the origin to geo and symmetrize it to the other side. So modifier symmetry, and no, symmetry will not work, it needs to be a mirror. So X to reset. Oh, whoa, this one. There we go. So that will work, and everything is great. Right. Okay then, and let's see. That's cool. We could run some additional piping in here to protect this structure, So we could drop a cursor here, and in fact, let's go to top view and drop a cursor in here. Come on, with Shift right click, Shift A and plane, go to vert mode, Shift 1, and we're in the middle of this thing, and easy, move it up, and then side view. The other side view. Come on, here. Yeah, there we go. And E like this maybe. And then go to top view and E Y and move it across. And then we can just simply copy this. So what we're gonna do is apply scale and Shift Control B, and here Shift Control B, and copy this across, and then select this one and curve extract, make it thicker, 1S, and Control 2. And we can grab the same connectors too, if you wanted to, right? So where is this connector? Over there. So we could use the same ones, I mean, it's not good to be lazy, but in this case we just, you know how it's done. So, and in fact, you know what, I can show you something cool. Press Q and go to asset loader. Let's go to master Xeon 1001 free hard ops inserts, and I don't know, let's grab something like well, this one will do, I guess, and make it smaller, and G, move it up here. And what we could do is, well, remove all the mods for one. Where is it? Here. And apply scale and select this one and this one, and Shift Alt C and add connectors, and there you go. And then we're gonna go here again and remove these stupid names that we don't need. Come on, seriously though. There we go. And this one too. Boom. Right, and make them a bit, you know, a bit bigger. Oh, come on. Let's just remove this one, and yeah, one, and oh, wait a minute, I removed the wrong one. Hang on about. Let's move this one to Geo, and this one is not in the middle. That's the problem. Right, okay then. We're gonna flip it across this one. There we go. And I'm just going to move it on y-axis a little bit here. There you go. So this should do. We got some kind of like a, you know, barrier support or whatnot. That looks cool. And we could now design the floor a little bit. I mean, we could do this with, what do you call this thing? With decal machine as well, but we could just design some, like, you know, floor tiles in here, like for example here one. So just go with a bevel and with knife and slice it, and then simply grab this one and go to symmetry and do this with shift, and then you get those 4 squares which you can select them, go to edge mode, Control B, split them a little bit, and split them on the one. So scroll your mouse and then, come on, one more time, split them. There you go. And I just want these edges, you know, these ones, right? So I'm gonna have to select them like that, and we can just copy this to the other side. So easy, and drop it down, and you know, sharpen and bevel it a little bit. Don't go too crazy. So that's that, guys, and we're going to symmetrize it to the other side. Perfect. Let's add some color to this floor. So aluminium, and we can change color on these plates, you know. So what we can do is simply add a quad sphere, move it in here, Alt M, and add a matte, add a different matte, because this is the same one. Wait a minute, I mean, I need to be an Eevee. There you go. And let me see what we got here. That's a good one. And let's actually change this floor to a black one. So click this one and copy the matte. Cool. Now let's select these and simply see what we got in store here. So let's, I don't know, add this one maybe, sign. It's a little bit too flashy for me. It's kind of cool though, but a little bit too flashy for me. So we're gonna change the parameters a bit, make it metallic and make it far less rough. Oh, this is actually starting to look interesting. And add some clear coat, roughness. There you go. And we're gonna definitely drop some color on it. So where is it? It's not this one. Wait a minute. Base color mix. What? Hang on a second. Shadow editor. Let's see what's going on. Color ramp mix. Interesting. Let's just turn it off for a second. So hold Control and right click and cut it out, so we can actually change the color of this thing ourselves like this. I can't be bothered to you know, fiddle with these. Yeah, they're okay. Kind of boring, these floors, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually drop a we might drop a different matte on them, you know. So we could go to Asset Loader and go to definitely Eevee Materials, which is a plugin for keytops. And I have several videos on how to use this plugin and showing, you know, how powerful that thing is. Let's grab other. Let's go to Grime 2, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted to control click it. So go to Grime 2, and control click it. There we go. So it's added there. I think this is gonna be good. So what we're gonna do is select these ones, right, and add this grime 2 to it and assign. Yeah, that's much better, you see, that's much better. This one's a bit still boring, but we can change it to something like, for example, dirty steel. So asset loader and go to metal and go to shiny mud shiny. Yeah, see, this loader is a bit annoying. It's way too small for me. I don't think it's actually a good one, because metal, the loader in original kitops on the end panel is much better. Control click here and let's actually add the material to this instead of this Kevlar. So add mud, change to steel dirty, and add another color, which is mud grime 2. There we go, and assign. That's what I want to do. Okay, now the steel dirty is a bit too too happy, so we need to make it a bit more dark. Meaning, let's go to this panel here and let's go to shader editor and make it darker. So drop this value, not of the grime, of the steel. There we go. Yes, that's what I want. Perfect. Okay, and definitely need to make it less reflective. So roughness amount, just make it a bit more rough. There we go. That should do. Okie dokie. So now the main structure here should be made of maybe grime 3 or something. So we could go to other, not this other. Actually, yeah, this one, and grime 3 and add material. Cool. And I don't think I want it so blue, so we're just gonna change this hue here a little bit and just drop the saturation to something like this. And this one could be actually kind of yellowish. And let me see this. This one maybe could be the same color as this one. So copy. And let me see that. This one could be, that's a difficult one. Let's grab grime 1, add material, and change this color to something more neutral, but far more dirty. Meaning what we're gonna do is actually drop a dirty node. So go to other. Actually, no, go to dirty up and pick this one, and let's control click this, but we're going to copy this one actually. I forgot how to do this, how to add this node without, I need to look at the notes, but there's a way of adding this node quite easily. Chip Walters was showing me, but I bloody forgot too many things in my head. So Control V here and just drop it here. So what I want to do is add dirt to all these, all these mats. Yeah, so probably gonna have to rotate them or something. Maybe not. Seems fine. Seems fine. Okay, this one too could use a bit of dirt, they all could use a bit of dirt, to be honest, so floor included. Okay, that sounds good. Let's collapse the bit. This should be rubber basically, so let's go to other and select rubber and just add material. And this one should be the same, so simply copy. Come on. And this should be also some other material. This one should be separate piece, by the way. So select this one and Control P, and same with this one. This should be separate pieces. So do this one, and come on, this one and this one Control, oh, it selects the whole thing. Right, that's fine. That's fine. So this could be still dirty, and this could be the yellow thing, and this could be this one, or something shiny, you know. Let's grab a metal and go with still distress and add material and add a note here. So let's make it a bit that, yeah. Come on. Okay, perfect. And this one could also be the same as this. And this one could be this yellow bit. So this would work, I think. And these handles should be steel. The bit inside should be actually glowing. So Alt M and Alt click on, whoa, not this one, the one in the middle. That's the one. Alt M and Alt click on add materials. It's gonna add emissive, which we can then improve on. I want a blue one. There you go. That's kind of cool. Same in the back. We need some exhaust here. So what we're gonna do is click on these two faces in the middle and expand it like this, and simply go here and add a material emission assign. Boom, that's done. And this bit could be, let's just grab a steel as well, why not? So we can have some differentiation here. This could be yellow as well, why not? Could be fun. Looks pretty cool. This one is to be steel, so same as this one. And we probably need to rotate it. No, we don't. Now this one could be the blue one, the blue grime, and this one could be the yellow one. So come on, select this one, and there we go. Makes sense. And these two could be the steel or the grime, doesn't matter. Cool, let's delete that. I don't need this one either. So we're looking pretty good. Let's save this. So file and, well, actually now go to power save and save it. And let's collapse this. So now let's see, these ones, right? These ones I need to be fixed as well. So let's select, you know, both of them. I mean, two of them. Come on, that's the ones. And we can actually make it the same as this one. It's gonna be all right, right? So that's texturing out of the way. You can see that looks pretty badass already. And now we could add some decals, you know, on top of this, of course, right? I mean, lighting is a bit of work because it's a bit boring. So we could add some stuff like, for example, let's see here. Let's go to world and see what we're dealing with. We're dealing with quite bright light outside, which means the background was set at 1, right? So we can set it at 0.4 and add some, you know, our own lights and play with them. So let's grab, by the way, I think it's cycles we need to change to Eevee. And there we go. And this is still a bit bright for Eevee, but it will do. Let's grab some lights. And before we do that, let's actually create a new... what are these? These are all the cables, right? So, wait a minute. That's a plane for the floor. These all need to go to the main collection. These are for the collection, and this is render. So M, new collection render. Okay. And the floor goes there. And also we're gonna create some light. So let's grab let's grab an area light and let's bring it up a bit and make it a bit narrower like this and rotate it by 90, holding control, and make it a bit more, you know, wide, and do something like this. And unfortunately, I don't know why, but lights cannot be arrayed, which is exceptionally fucking annoying. I don't know, I wish someone fixed this because it's just retarded. You cannot array them and you cannot mirror them, which is just dumb. So let's do Alt D. I don't know if it's gonna work with lights, but Alt D, it creates an instance, and then Shift R and Shift R and Bob's your uncle. So let's select all 4 of these, right, and move them somewhere here, and then Alt D X and move them to the other side. And now we got those sides. And hopefully when we adjust one, all other ones gonna adjust as well. I don't know it's gonna work, but let's see. Never tried it before. Let's go with 200, or maybe even, yeah, 200 is fine. Hey, it worked. Perfect. So now let's see. Now we're a bit too bright, right? So let's drop it down to 0. You know, I don't know, 2 or something. And let's grab shader principled volume, plug it in, make it pitch black, but no worries, 0.1, and we're cooking. Now this still is too heavy, so 0.05 maybe. Nope, that's still too heavy. 0.001, that's too dull. Let's make it, I don't know, 3. 5. How about 9? 0.009. Yeah. Let's make it 0.8 or 3. 2. Yeah, this should work. Something like this. And let's add some drama, shall we? So we're gonna definitely add some drama. These lights are way too strong, so we're gonna make them, you know, like maybe 100, something like that. And now we can actually have some fun with inserts. So let's grab the Ian Hubert smoke pack, which is bloody cool. And you can actually add smoke that animates. So, and it's an insert for keytops as well. So before we actually start playing with the smoke, we need to kind of decide, you know, where this camera is gonna be. I'm thinking the camera is gonna be somewhere here in the corner. So cam to view, and let's play with it. So let's grab a lock to view, and let's play with this camera a little bit. Oh, is this empty here? I think I created a hard ops camera. Let's just grab this camera and remove it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to create a regular camera with, there you go, smart cam to view, with machine tools. That's what I wanted. Now the framing is quite important also. You know, we don't have our, this actually would look pretty decent, I think. We could go a little bit lower to it, a bit more drama, you know, like this. I think this would do, something like that. So let's unlock it from view, and let's keep adding some stuff in here. So let's add some more inserts, and let's, you know, add steam. Let's add steam like this and make it a bit, whoa, where is it? Deselect everything and add another insert and move it somewhere here. Make it smaller, rotate it on a Z-axis and drop it, you know, somewhere here. Okay, and then Shift D and Z, I mean RZ 190 or something, and maybe make it bigger or something, you know, and just drop it somewhere here in the back or whatever. And so it's gonna steam like that, and we can create another steam. So IA and drop this one. Come on, where is it? Add insert, there we go. And rotate it again and make it bigger and just, you know, drop it somewhere here. Or even on top of it, you know, somewhere here. I'll make it smaller, maybe. Drop it somewhere on the cable or whatever. And where is it? GX, move it here, and GY, and move it on top of the cable. There we go. I want to drop a different insert over there, so something like that will do. Add insert and, you know, drop it in here and make it smaller and rotate it. Maybe this one is better. Is it? Something like that. Maybe. There you go. So timeline. Just stop it and we should be good. Now you could fake some environment, you know. So for example, you know, the volumetrics are pretty strong, right? But you could grab a plane and RY90 and, you know, move it somewhere here and stretch it on the Y. And, you know, create some illusion of like a factor wall or something. So grab this grime from here and go to mats and steal the mat and just grab this one and introduce some loops and maybe, I don't know, space them like this and then inset them a bit and macro, you know, to create something like this. And of course bevel this one. And then, where's my camera? Here. You see it creates illusion of a wall or something, so let's make it taller. There you go, and move it a little bit back, and there's your environment. So you could fake it if you wanted to. Doesn't have to be real. It looks pretty cool with the lighting and everything. And this light here is a little bit strong. I wonder which one is it. I think it's this one. Yes. So we can control this with custom distance, and we're going to actually remove this light from oh, it works for all of them. Son of a bitch. Let's remove the data here. So this light's gonna be actually independent of all of them. And let's remove this distance a little bit. You know, I mean, it's nice to spill it on the floor, but I don't want to spill it on this one because it's really reflective, you see. It pokes the eyes a bit too much. So this light should be a little bit, you know, a little bit less crazy. Not the size, this one. So something like this would do, you know, just lit a little bit, but not too much. And this would do. We could use some cool decals in here now, you know, like for example, I mean, that's how you're gonna lock the scene down and sort of define it completely, because decals are really important. So let's select this one and go to decal machine, and let's see what we can do here. Let's go to our emissive pack, and we released a new emissive pack with our patron. So if you'd like to, you know, these are actually different. These are, hang on a second, let me just see where this pack is. Here, this one. So it's a patron pack, and if you would like to receive these decals, you know, just hop on the Patreon. You can get them for $2 a month. Every month, a different pack of decals. And these are really cool because you can do some cool stuff with them. Like, you know, all of them are actually emissive, I think, most of them. Shift the X and or actually Y, move it in here, and now we got those cool tiny lights on the bottom. And then we could have some, you know, like grates. So let's this is actually a vent pack that we designed with Josh. It's available on Gumroad and Blender Market, and also on ArtStation and our website blenderbros.com. Let's grab this one. This one is a classic vent, you know, so we could just hop it on here and shift the Y and just, you know, copy it in here and project it and drop it, and then we could adjust it to color. So the way you adjust colors on decals which are placed on a non-pure BSDF matte is that you go to shader editor object and you simply select the color of this one, and you can blend them really well together. So we could actually make them darker, you know, so make them maybe blackish or something. So it's too dark, maybe. Oh, that will do. Okay, and then we can just pop some monitors in here or something. So we could drop where is it? There was a pack. Oh, these ones. These are really cool. You know, some kind of like a gauges or whatnot. Just flip them around, not project. Adjust them around, make them smaller, and just project them in here. Let's go to local because this one is freaking out a bit. Let's apply the scale, and let's try now. That didn't work. Let's unparent this one. So, and then we should try to realign it. There you go. Now it's working. Adjust it holding shift and control, and place it somewhere here, and you can actually, you know, I cannot be bothered to apply a different one, so I'm just gonna apply to the same one. Project, you're done. And you got these kind of cool monitors now, which looks pretty cool. And we could just keep adding stuff, you know. This is also a very good decal pack by Ozzy. Ozzy, by the way, if you're watching this video, I would really like to get in touch with you, mate. I cannot find contact for on the Gumroad, so drop me a message if you're listening. Let's actually scale them up down a bit here and drop them somewhere here like that, and project it and make it darker. That should do. Drop it to the other side, of course. This one is asymmetrical, which is a bit of a problem. So what we're gonna do, come on, select this one, Shift D and Y, and just move it manually to the other side. It's okay. Something like that. And in fact, I don't really like these two. They kind of look out of place. So we're gonna do something else here. We're going to grab one of the narrow decals maybe and drop something like this. This could be interesting. Adjust. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And Shift DX and move it in here. And in fact, you know, we could actually drop them on a corner. So project it on a corner like this, and project it on a corner here. So there we go. And select both of them, and let's just find a different sort of darker matte. There we go. Now you're talking. And I see now this one stands out, right? So what you need to basically match it with the color of the background like this. Yeah, see what I mean? So now it actually matches with the background. So unfortunately gonna do it manually, but it's not too big of a deal. So this one is kind of big, which means we need to drop some cool decals on this one. And let's see, maybe gonna drop some Sir Charles or maybe my decals, don't know yet. So let's grab some text that is let me see, facility. That will not do. Let's grab something else, maybe oh, this would work. Oxygen, adjust, and you know, same story, R, and rotate it around the cursor like this. And this is way too big, so project it and see what's gonna happen. It's gonna stretch it, so it's fine. Let's make it smaller and, you know, place it somewhere here. And let's project it. Still gonna stretch it. RY and do this, move it more like this, and then oxygen. Cool, now that works. So now what we can do is we can actually grab a hex from this one. So let's go to object and go here and go to hex, and whoa, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to simply copy this one and go to this decal and paste this one in here. And we could, you know, make it a bit more, I don't know, metallic will not work, but we could actually we could actually adjust the transmission a bit, make it darker. Let's see what we can do in here. Roughness should make it darker too. Nope. Interesting. Drop the specular maybe a bit. Where is the alpha? Here. So let's drop the alpha on this one, so it's not so poking. There you go. And then let's drop something in the middle here. So let's go to our event pack that we just released, and let's drop this one maybe, and you know, put it in here. The cursor, move this one to cursor and make it a bit smaller, and adjust it like that. Go to side view and make it a bit smaller and project it, right? Cool. So that's that. And we're going to assign this color to the rim, because it's too, you know, it doesn't match well. So there you go. That's cool. And we could have some stuff in here as well. So we could spend hours, you know, adjusting this thing, right? And literally hours. So you could grab, you know, notches like this, small ones, whatever it is, like small clips, and, you know, adjust them in here like that. And come on, adjust them a little bit. So rotate them like that. And then we have a cursor here, right? So watch this. We could simply go to orthographic mode and Shift D and rotate it around the cursor, and then Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, right? And then just, you know, you could actually even leave them like that, or you know, project them on and change them to some different colors. So match and make them black reflective, and there you go. All these small accents are really cool. They add a lot of drama. There definitely should be some vents on this one, so This would also be a cool image, you know, from a distance, like a really deadpan shot. Also cool. And then you could have some stuff in here as well, like vents or whatnot. Select this one and not the plane, this one, yeah. And let's say that we would want to add something like this, maybe. Okay, so let's switch to individual origins, and you know, we could, for example, have this one on top. So let's adjust it like this, and you know, drop these vents in here, project, boom, and go to object, select this color, and let's make it darker. So press D and Shift. There we go. And that's that. And we could have something here on the side as well, kind of like a maintenance hatch or something. We could drop even this one. No, this one will not fit. Let me see. This one would do. No. Let me go to local for a sec and see what we can do here. This could be interesting. Yep. Let's see if it's gonna actually work here. So let's the problem is that it's been projected onto this invisible smoke plane. That's what's happening. So this might not be the best idea because it's so huge, and it will look you know, too new, because these decals are not actually you know, they don't have any distress on them, any marks of use, and it's very difficult to fix that. So we could try to make them darker. So let's see, match, and yeah, we could do something like this, and maybe this would be, yeah, that's actually okay. We could have something here in the front as well, you see, on this part. So let's go back to maybe this could be interesting, you know, some safety devices here, or some locks or whatnot. Let's just project them and change the color. So there you go, something like this. In effect, in here we should have a monitor, or what we could do is drop our keypad. So from our emissive decal pack, we could just drop a keypad, this one, right, and drop it in here. Make it a bit more diagonal, I mean not diagonal, horizontal. Make it smaller because it's crazy. There we go, and just pop it in here, you know, or in the top even, and just make sure it fits, and project it, adjust it a bit, and there you go. And on the bottom you could have some, I don't know, handles or whatnot, you know, to pull it off, like a terminal. And so this whole thing could be, you know, coming off if need be. If needs be. Come on, let's go to local with this one, because something is happening here. Funny. Let's unassign this parent, and there we go. Sometimes when you drop a decal, it gets parent to a wrong object, so you need to reset the parent, and everything should be okay. Let me see this, what's happening here. Everything is fine, cool. Now let's we can't do this one. So what we're gonna do is select this decal and select everything, Shift D, and simply move it here. It's not super symmetrical, but it's okay. Adjust it a little bit, and there you go. And that should do. So you got these handles to pull it out or whatever. These cables look a little bit boring as well. We could just make them a bit more dark, or actually add some interest on top of them. So you got these two cables, right? We could just simply duplicate them, bring them to local, and change the modeling, and Alt A and Visual to Mesh, and you see they have a beautiful framing. So we could do a poke and then Alt J and simply I to inset it a little bit. Press I twice and inset it a bit, and one more time. I. It's too much. Hot Shift, and we can do it a bit more, less crazily. Delete the faces and solidify it outside, not too much. And now we got those, you know, I don't think it's gonna be perfectly, we got this little problem in here. Okay, let's do it differently. So let's go again here to local, and let's try to remesh this. Okay, got remeshed. And then let's try to subdivide it. So, decimate it. So undefined decimate. Let's go here and unsubdivide by 1 and apply it. That's better. So now we got more or less two identical. Let's just remove this material. Two identical, more or less, nets. So what we're gonna do is select everything and and insert it, and delete the faces, and same here. We're going to select everything, insert it, and delete the faces, and apply solidification, and simply copy the modifier over, go back, and boom. And we can grab these and select the steel material here. So copy material, let's see how we're looking. Yeah, you see, it just looks a bit more, interesting. Where are my freaking main pipes though? Did I delete them? I think I deleted them, the main ones. So in situations like this, what you want to do, right? So you want to go open a new Blender. It's easy to fix, guys. That's why I create a lot of saves. This is exactly why I create a lot of saves, because I don't have to, worry about anything. So let's go Control S, because we had this file loaded in here. Most recent, nope. So let's create, open the these files here and load save 8. Now let's grab these two pipes and Control C in copy object. Go here, go to local and paste it in. We got pipes, go back, and we sort it. And now we got pipes in the middle. So now you see, this is how you solve this problem. Oh, that's pretty cool, right? So let's now save this and power save, and let's see how we're looking. Okay, so let's go here and see how we're looking. We're looking pretty cool. We're looking pretty cool. We're looking pretty cool. These ones are a little bit too flashy in my opinion, so it could be maybe this one. Yeah, much better. Much better. You don't want to go too flashy on stuff, yeah? It's important. These are really poking my eyes, these two. So we need to do something with them. Like, for example, drop some interesting decals there. So let's go to this pack here and see what we can do. We could add something like this. And make it a bit smaller. And add one here, maybe even smaller, and one on this side, and project it like this, and reset it, and copy this to all sides. And now we're gonna make it darker. So match, make it darker, and then we're going to match it with the steel. Perfect. Now we're talking. So now the breaks is kind of like a, I think it could be darker, so to put more of an accent on this one. Oh, this is actually cool, kind of reflective. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Now we could use some stuff in here as well, I don't know, we could just add some of my Japanese decal pucks is gonna look fantastic here because they actually worn out, and I taken them in Tokyo from construction machines, and they come with translations, by the way. So let's grab this one and put them on. They're already with, you know, with scratches on them, so it's pretty cool. We could pop them in again. Just went onto this background with a steam, so we could pop them in here, you know, one in here, and then one more like this. Let's say don't touch. So pop another one here. They're huge, by the way, so pretty good quality. And let's see, pop one in here on this side, make it a bit bigger, and select both of them. This one's a bit lower, so GZ, move it a bit up. Select both of them and project them, right? And you sort it. And we could drop alpha on them, you know, so select both of them, and you could make them darker or just drop an alpha on them. So let's go to alpha and just, you know, drop alpha on them a little bit to blend them better with the, you know, with the environment, you see. So something like this. Yeah, they now fit better this machinery, because you don't want them to be so pokey. You need to blend them in. Now this machine could have a number, so we could put it somewhere here, like where is it? These numbers, right? So we could put, like, I don't know, 03 or something, you know, here. And so unit 3, so you could pop it in here and project, and we could change it to a different color, so something, or maybe not white, but something, you know, like silverish or something, right? Pretty cool. And what else we can do here? We're pretty much done. Could be some exhaust on the top as well. I mean, we could add some, like, you know what? Where is it? There's one of my decal pucks. It could be actually coming useful here. This one, I think, with some vents, or even this one. This could work, you know, like on the sides. So we could just do something like this, or even like this, right? So project it in here, and this could be a little bit too big maybe, but let me see. Let me just make it darker, much darker, maybe black. And of course this one should be matched with the background, so select this, this, and this, and yeah, it's a bit problematic. So let's make it really dark and desaturated. Okay, let's see how it looks. I don't think it looks good. No, it looks like shit. It doesn't fit. So we're gonna do something else here. Let me see. Ooh, wait. 1 second. Where are the vents? Let's see the vents. The vents could be interesting here. This could work. And of course we need to match them, so okay, and we're gonna match them and can make them darker. Yeah, it's a little bit small, I mean too big, so let's make them smaller. It's not gonna work. Okay, something else. Maybe some kind of this could be interesting. Or simply these. This could work, you know. Something like this here, and project it. Boom. and then assign the color, right, and make them a bit darker. So, right, this could work. Now you could also add screws if you wanted to. I'm probably gonna pass on this one, but we're already looking pretty decent. We could add some vents in the front as well. You know, like I said, you could keep adding these details, because it's not about adding a lot of details, but it's about adding details that's gonna make it more believable and functional. So that's the trick, basically. For example, something like this could be great in here on the corner. So one on this side and one maybe here, and make them smaller and then project them and then copy them to the other side, and then we need to match them with the background. So copy this color, see how we're looking, and let's see if we can actually change them to something darker like this. Yeah, this actually looks pretty decent. Maybe something a bit more shiny. This is looking good. Yes. Yes. All right, cool. Fascinating. I like it. I actually like it. So there we go. Let's save it. And let's add some compositing stuff. So let's remove this denoise, and let's change the fog load to ghosts, and let's add some texture, filter, texture, input. Let's grab a texture from here, and not this one, where is it? Here. Noise, and add the texture, add the blur, and let's blur this, and we need a color ramp to adjust the color a bit. So color balance, sorry. Now before we do anything, we're just gonna have to render this, but I'm going to mix shader here and connect these two. Okay, and change it to color dodge, and this is way too crazy. So now we're gonna try to render this. Okay, let's close this 2.9 because it's confusing me, and let's recall the render. There we go, that's better. Now we got problem with the fog, and also the wall is somewhere, I don't know, somewhere else. So let's bring the wall to collection and let's re-render. And also let's go to compositing and fix this this glow here. So let's go mix on something really low, and let's re-render this one. Let's see how we're looking. We're looking better. I'm gonna bring this image for a second to the other window, okay, and simply play with the compositing. And I think I'm just going to, let's see how it looks without it. Yeah. This creates weird interactions. See that quality high. Yeah, that doesn't agree with me. I'm just gonna completely remove it for the time being. And instead of this one, I'm going to drop the RGB curves and make it a bit more punchy. Simply what I'm doing now is I'm actually adding contrast to it. Okay, and then I might actually pump the lights up. So let's see this. Let's go here to render and grab one of the lights and actually bump it to 150. And let's re-render this one. So I'm going to render this again. And let's see how we're looking. Yeah, so this is much better. This is much better. It's actually pretty cool. Now we can adjust the color of it. So let me show you how it works here. I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. We're not going to be able to see much, but yeah, see, it's going to disappear behind me. Okay, let me just collapse this window so we can see. I hate working on small screens. It just makes my head in. But what I want to do is play a bit with the colors here. So you see, create a bit of like a blue, sort of like a cyan tint to it, and this is actually pretty cool in my opinion. So we could, you know, we could go with this one. We could go to photographer and I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna bring you to the other window. I can't work like this, so it's just I can't see what I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do is go to my photographer add-on and layout, and let's collapse this for a second. Go to photographer and make this a little bit brighter, just a tiny bit brighter. I think this should do, because I want to open this image for editing, you know, so right, and this should do basically. So this should do. We could have a ceiling here as well, so Shift D and RY90, and let's see this, and bring it up here and do something like this, you know. So create like an illusion of a ceiling, right? So in fact move it a bit lower, so it kind of meets the lights in here, and the lights would actually it's actually too low. It's a bit too low. It's a little bit too low, something like this, you know. So maybe the lights should go up. Select all of them and move them up a little bit, you know, somewhere here. Maybe including the ceiling. That's the spirit. See how this is gonna work for us. So let's just render this one. Let's see this, shall we? Yeah, I think this is a bit more believable, you know. Kind of creates like a room-like sort of environment, and let me see this back here. This one needs to extend. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That will do. So we could use this one as a final render. I think it's pretty cool. So I could live with this one, and it's pretty fine. I'm not crazy about this opening here, so I wonder how we could fix this. What we could do is Shift the RZ90 and move this one like this, and create a back room, you know, like like a back wall. So I render this again. Let's see what we're gonna get. Yeah, it's much better. See this kind of enclosure in the back. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like it. So let's render this, and we can use this as a final image. So let's save it, and let's save it as a TIFF. That's fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Give us a like and sub if you did. As usual, there are links in the video description to hard OPS, Boxcutter, decal machine, kit ops, and all these add-ons like cabulator, etc. that I was using in the video. and I recommend very highly for your hard surface workflows. In addition to all that, feel free to visit our stores on Blender Bros, on Gumroad, Blender Market, ArtStation, and blenderbros.com, which is our new website, as well as there are a few decal packs you might be interested in that I created, and they're on my stores under Ponter Yuri on Blender Market, Gumroad, as well as ArtStation, right? And the last thing is that we launched a Patreon, so if you guys would like to support us, Josh and myself as Blender Bros, then click on the link in the video description. It will lead you to Patreon. There are 3 really cool tiers, and we would love to see you there. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next video.